Hello guys, welcome to Alvino's Dueling World. This is your boy Alvin, and today I'm coming at you with another deck profile. In this video, I am featuring the Dream Mirrors. Now, Dream Mirrors has been currently my second favorite Chaos deck that I have been working on. Now, I must admit that when it first came out, it wasn't as good as it was supposed to be, but through time, cards came out to make the deck better, and although it did, it still isn't competitive of a deck as it's supposed to be. But with the new tech that I have in here, it could make it a little bit more consistent. I am going to work on it a little bit more to make it competitive, but for right now, I think this deck is really good to have fun with. Now, the whole concept of this deck is to, of course, it features light and dark Dream Mirror monsters, and thanks to the field spells, their effects go where they tribute themselves to get their other counterpart out, to basically to get to its fusion, which is the Dream Mirror boss monster. So without further ado, let's get into this deck profile. To start things off, I run 3 Icalos, the Dream Mirror Sprite. Her effect is that when she is special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, I can search for a Dream Mirror card, and add it to my hand. So basically, she is the main searcher of the deck, and when Dream Mirror of Terror is on the field, she can tribute herself to get out Dream Mirror Mara, which I also run 3 of. And when Dream Mirror Mara is special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, I could use her effect to special summon a Dream Mirror monster from my hand. And when Dream Mirror of Joy is on the field, I could tribute her to special summon Dream Mirror Sprite from the deck. Next, I run 2 Dream Mirror's Friend, Phantasos Dream Mirror Friend, and 2 Phantasos Dream Mirror Foe. Now, I run 2 of each because they're not the best Dream Mirror of the deck. I'll say they're like the second best. They'll tie for second best, but their effects isn't really all that good, because with Phantasos, the Dream Mirror Friends effect is that when he is special summoned by a Dream Mirror monster, I can special summon 1 level 8 or lower Dream Mirror monster from my graveyard. And if Dream Mirror Terror is on the field, I could tribute Friend to special summon the foe. And Dream Mirror Foe effect is that when he is special summoned by a Dream Mirror monster, he gets to attack the opponent directly. So he's somewhat better if you're going second, or you're trying to play a grind out game where you can last for 1 more turn to get his effect going. But like I said, both of their effects isn't really all that good. Basically, they're in there for like rank 4 plays, and to get my board to where I need it to be. Next, I run 1 Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight. His effect would have been good if he protects all the Dream Mirrors, but his effect is that when he's special summoned by a Dream Mirror monster, he can protect himself for like 1 full turn. And when he's tributed, when he tributes himself, because Dream Mirror Terror is on the field, I could special summon Dream Mirror Morpheus, the Dream Mirror Black Knight. Now, Dream Mirror Black Knight's effect is that when he is special summoned by a Dream Mirror monster, I can target one card on the field and destroy it. And I could tribute him to special summon his white counterpart, which is Morpheus, Dream Mirror White Knight. Basically, I'll get him out if I'm going second, but if I'm going first, I wouldn't even think twice of searching for him. Last of the Dream Mirrors, I'll run one Nayroy, the Dream Mirror Disciple. I'm waiting to see if Konami gonna release his dark counterpart, because I did see a concept art of it, and I'm waiting for that to come out and see what the effect for him is. But when his effect is that when there's a Dream Mirror monster on the field, I can special summon him from my hand, and his attribute becomes dark. Now, if Dream Mirror of Joy is on the field, while he's on the field, I could return one spell or trap card my opponent controls to the hand. Also, if Dream Mirror Terror is on the field, then I can draw one card and shuffle one card from my hand back into the deck. Now, his effect is okay. That's why I say he is the Dream Mirror deck, and that's tying second with the Phantasos Dream Mirrors, because I could return a spell or trap from my opponent to field back to the hand, and I could also draw one but shuffle one back into the deck. So I only run one of him. I don't really need to see him in my hand anytime soon, especially at the beginning. For the rest of the monsters, I run one Chaos Daedalus. His effect is that when he is on the field and there's a field spell on the field, my opponent cannot target light or dark monsters that I control with card effects. And I could target cards on the field up to the number of field spells on the field and banish them. Now, he has the effect that Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight, should have had, which is to protect the light and dark Dream Mirror monsters. Even though Daedalus protects all light and dark monsters on my field, which is not bad. But I believe that he was specifically made for the Dream Mirror deck and any other Chaos deck that runs field spells. Next, I run two Chaos Valkyria. Now, normally I would run the White Dragon Wyvern Buster and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, but this I think Chaos Valkyria will work just as good, because I don't need to focus on banishing a dark monster from my grave to special summon her. I could use light or dark, and if she gets banished from the graveyard, I could send one light or dark monster from my graveyard to my hand. So in a way, I can kind of set up my graveyard to get Daedalus out, or I could set up my graveyard to use Dream Mirror Chaos to fusion summon. And one half of the special tech that I'm using for this deck is 3 Mystical Beast of Circuit. I could run 1 or 2, but 3 is fair. 3 is fair for me. Now, I'll have him in this deck because I can if I have Temple of the Kings, which is the other half of the new tech I have in here to run Dream Mirror, I could banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card, but I'm not really using it for battle. I'm using it for the Temple of the Kings effect, which I will tell you in a few minutes. And that's it for the monsters. Onto the spells. Next, for the spells, I run 3 Dream Mirror Joy. Now, Dream Mirror Joy's effect is that when once per turn, Dream Mirror monsters that I control cannot be targeted by my opponent's card effects or monster attacks, except the Dream Mirror monsters with the highest level. So if I have the Fusion out, which is a level 10, they can only target that specific Dream Mirror monster with card effects or attacks. And that effect can only be applied while I control a light Dream Mirror monster. Next, I run 3 Dream Mirror Terror, and its effect is that once per turn, each time my opponent special summons monsters, inflict 300 points of damage to them. And the effect goes off while I control a dark Dream Mirror monster. Now, the fun fact about these Dream Mirror field spells is that one, during the end phase, they can banish themselves to activate each other from the deck. So if I have Dream Mirror Joy on the field during my end phase, I could banish Dream Mirror Joy to activate Dream Mirror Terror from the deck, and vice versa. Another fun fact is that Dream Mirror Terror supports the effects of light Dream Mirror monsters, and Dream Mirror of Joy supports the effects of dark Dream Mirror monsters. Next, I run 3 Dream Mirror Phantasms. This is also a searcher of the deck, but it only searches Dream Mirror monsters from my deck to the hand. And if Dream Mirror Joy is on the field, all monsters that I control gain 500 attack points. If Dream Mirror Terror is on the field, my opponent's monsters lose 500 attack and defense. And I can only activate Phantasms once per turn, the first effect. Next, I run 2 Dream Mirror Chaos. I want to run 3, but I think 2 right now is good for me, because what it does is I can special summon a Dream Mirror Fusion monster from my extra deck using monsters I control as fusion materials, but they have to be light and dark. They can't be light, they both can't be light, and they both can't be dark. And if Dream Mirror Joy is on the field, Dream Mirror Chaos can let me use the Dream Mirror monsters from my hand as fusion material. And if Dream Mirror Terror is on the field, I can use the Dream Mirror monsters in my graveyard and banish them for fusion material. I can only activate each Dream Mirror Chaos once per turn. Next, for the other half of the spicy tech that I mentioned earlier, is 3 Temple of the Kings. Now I run 3 of them because one, their first effect is that I can activate trap cards the turn it was set. One trap card the turn it was set. And this Dream Mirror deck do run trap cards. So if I'm going first, I could activate Temple of the Kings, set a trap, and then activate that trap I just set, which is good for this one trap card in this deck that can let me get out both field spells at the same time. And its second effect is that when Mystical Beast of Circuit is on the field, I can send Temple of the Kings and Circuit to the graveyard to special summon 1 fusion monster from the extra deck. Now, when I don't have Dream Mirror Chaos in my hand, and I have Temple of the Kings and Circuit, I can be able to fusion summon, special summon either the Dream Mirror Earl King or the Dream Mirror Tormentor from my extra deck, and don't have to use any of my monsters, any of my Dream Mirror monsters to get it out. Next, I run 2 Pot of Avarice. I am thinking of cutting it down to 1. But what it does is I can target 5 monsters in my graveyard and shuffle all 5 into the deck. So basically, the one main problem I see with this deck is that once they get through tributing themselves to get their counterparts onto the field, I won't have any more monsters in my deck for the effects to go off. So I needed something to refill my deck with the monsters, so I won't run out so quickly, and then I won't be able to figure out what I'm trying to do next. One last card is 1 for 1, just to send a monster from my hand to the grave, so I can special summon 1 level 1 monster from my hand to the deck. So I can special summon Marta or Sprite, and depending on the Dream Mirror field spells that's on the field, I can get their effects off, and it saves me from normal summoning. So I could be able to get out Circuit if I have it in my hand. On to the traps, I run 3 Dream Mirror Hypnagogia. What this card does is that it lets me search for Dream Mirror Terror and Dream Mirror Joy and activate them on my side of the field, put 1 on my side of the field and 1 on my opponent's side of the field. So if they run a deck that doesn't run field spells, I can set both Dream Mirror field spells onto the field, on both sides of the field, and the only way my opponent can get rid of it is if they have like a back row destruction cards like Cosmic Cyclone or Twin Twisters. And also, fun fact, even though Dream Mirror field spell will be on my opponent's side of the field, they can't use their end phase effect where they have to banish themselves to get the other Dream Mirror field spell out on the field. So they basically stuck with it until they can get rid of it. Next, I run 2 Dream Mirror Oneiromancy, and it's a good counter trap for this deck because it really do need to disrupt my opponent. So when Dream Mirror Joy is on the field, when the opponent activates a spell or trap card, I can negate the activation and destroy it. And when my opponent special summons a monster while Dream Mirror Terror is on the field, I can negate the summon and destroy it. So the second effect is like a I don't want to get the card wrong, but it's like Solemn Strike or Solemn Judgment. And I can only activate 1 Oneiromancy once per turn. That's fine. The last card of the main deck is 1 Dream Mirror Fantasy. It allows me to bring Dream Mirror Joy and Terror and shuffle them into the deck and to banish 1 card on the field, as long as I have a Dream Mirror monster on the field, of course. And if I control a Dream Mirror monster that is destroyed by a battle or card effect, I can banish Dream Mirror Fantasy from the graveyard instead. Like I said, this deck is really good. It protects itself somewhat, and it doesn't really replenish itself, but it is very fun to play with. That's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. For the extra deck, I run 3 Narrows, the Dream Mirror Earl King. Now his effect is that if a monster I control is tributed, except during the damage step, I can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. And if he is destroyed by my opponent's card, I could special summon 1 Dream Mirror monster from the graveyard, except himself. Also, he is treated as a dark monster while he's on the field, so he's treated as light and dark. Next, I run 2 Narrows, the Dream Mirror Tormentor. He is treated as a light when he's on the field, and his effect is that when a monster effect is activated while Dream Mirror Joy is on the field, I can negate the effect, and it's a quick effect. When Dream Mirror Terror is on the field, my apologies, and if Dream Mirror Joy is on the field, I can tribute this card and special summon 1 Narrows to Dream Mirror Earl King from the extra deck in defense position. So I would get him out first, and then I would tribute him to get out the Earl King fusion from my extra deck. Next, I run 1 Saryuja Skull Dread. Helps me dig into my deck a little more if I'm trying to get circuits. 1 Nightmare Unicorn. 1 IP Masquerena to get into Nightmare Unicorn. And for the rank 4s, I run 1 Time Thief Redoer, 1 Abyss Dweller, and 1 Daigo Steel Emerald, another card that can help me replenish my deck. And that's it. So guys, that is the deck profile. I really enjoyed making this video. I really enjoyed making it as well as testing it out. It's really a fun deck to play. If you want, you could take some cards out to go more fusion focused, because it can be a little bit more fusion focused if you want to. But you know, this build right here works out the best for me. And like I said, I will be doing more videos of this deck in the near future to see which variant you guys would think works best. But yeah, so if you guys like the video, subscribe for more deck profile videos. Comment below what you like about the deck. Comment below what you don't like about the deck. And with that being said, you guys have a good day.